Hello, Taurus, and welcome to your reading for the weeks of December 17 through 30, 2024. This is a reading if you are Taurus Sun, Taurus Moon, Taurus Rising, or have another significant Taurus placement in your chart. If you're new to this channel, welcome. It is good to have you, and if you're returning, welcome back. What I do is a full horoscope spread using Murray Hope's Way of Cartouche deck, and I will clarify with tarot. I've already shuffled and gotten these in the order I want to pull them out. But this week we are using the Osho Zen Tarot, and our card at the bottom of the deck is the Queen of Wands, which is interesting. This is the card of sharing. So I feel like this is about you, your ambitions, your dreams, your goals, your talents, your beauty, the way in which you inspire others, and the way in which you should share with others the gifts that you have. Now, it's interesting. I have been pulling two sets of cards at the same time. But I decided I wanted to just start with Cartouche first because I thought it was so interesting, and then we will get into the clarifiers. Just quickly going to mention my website is in the description box below if you would like to book readings with me, and I do a lot more than just tarot. I also do astrology. I usually do this. I have a big life path chart that I will do for people, which includes human design, astrology, and I usually will do a tarot reading as part of it. I also do Rahani and Reiki healing. I offer classes on different topics. So yeah, all of that will be on my website, which you can check out below. And also I do, if you want to follow me on my Instagram, usually it's probably going to be 7:30 soon. But I do a morning coffee with Breege where I talk about coaching topics with everybody who is present. And we also do daily tarot readings there. So just with that little bit out of the way, let's jump into your reading, Taurus. Okay, so, all right, so you are changing right now. You've got water in the first house. This may be a very emotional time for you. Okay, there's definitely this sense of trying to go with the flow on something. Money, if money has been an issue, now you are Taurus, and money will be a concern of yours because you're one of those signs that likes to know where the next check is coming from, and so forth. So this seems to indicate money's coming in, which is good. Okay. So if you've been concerned about money, this seems to indicate that you are going to be fine. Now, here's where things get interesting for me, and this is why I wanted to look at this before I did the clarifying. Okay, in your fourth house of home and family, you have Nepethys. Now, there's strong sister energy in connection with this, but I also feel like there's something coming with family that you don't see. Now, it could be something that you're not being told, or it could just be an event that you're not anticipating. And you've also got Sphinx up here in the 8th house, which has to do with endings and beginnings, but also joint finances, things like that. And you've got Sphinx here too. So there's a sense of waiting and seeing, like there's a secret that's getting ready to be revealed. And I thought that was interesting. Additionally, those of you who are looking for love, you've got Urias here. Okay, and Urias, again, this seems to indicate like either a secret lover, or somebody who's a secret admirer, or somebody, a love affair that's going to kind of come out of nowhere. Like this is something that comes out of the blue that you have not been anticipating, or if it is somebody who you've been interested in, it may not happen in the way that you think it's going to, okay? But you do have Ankh in the 7th house. So this does seem to indicate love. And in the 7th house, this is a more permanent kind of love. This is more like somebody you might be dating or hooking up with or whatever. This is more of a more serious commitment in the 7th house. And it's interesting because you have the twins in the 9th house. And it's funny. I'm like, are you hooking up with an Aries? Because Aries got the same thing. Though Aries, I feel like is kind of, if it is an Aries, I feel like this is somebody who's kind of undecided about what they're doing right now, but is going to maybe make a decision. And if that is the case, that might explain this buckle of Isis in the 3rd house, which is the house of your messages and communications. And this seems to indicate a sacrifice that is made for that is going to be rewarded in some way. Like there's good, like a communication, even if it's difficult to make it, or a conversation that somebody's been avoiding, like actually doing it will be rewarded. So there's definitely an energy of that there. And I can't help but to notice that story. Now, in terms of your work area, you've got Scarab in the 6th house. So this indicates new beginnings. For some of you, this could be a new job. Now, this is also the house of worry and health. So either way, worries, again, you could be worries about a new beginning or about changes. But I feel with Scarab, no, this is a fresh new opportunity. If you had health issues, this is a chance for things to, to make a new start of some kind, like to get past something. Sometimes we do that. I mean, I know New Year's is coming up and we all make our resolutions and things, right? But I don't feel it's that. I feel like this is a little bit more of a substantial change. And fundamentally, sixth house has to do with not only your routine, but also your service to others. So there's something, either it's about a job you're doing or about something that's been a normal part of your life that's about to change. And looking up here in your 10th house of what you're offering, yeah, we've got this feminine energy here again. So Hathor can indicate, Hathor is a card of beauty. I mean, so I don't know if you have a career where you're going to be seen or seen as beautiful. Remember, we saw the Queen of Wands at the bottom of the deck. There is kind of an energy of that. But there's also a strong Taurus Virgo energy as well to Hathor. So I don't know. There could be something. You could be working with another woman on something. You could be doing something that we typically associate with the feminine as part of what you're doing or your work right now or your legacy. This could also just mean you getting organized too. I mean, at the most basic level, this is actually the successful businesswoman usually. Now, if it's a man who's reading this, who's looking at this, again, this could be a woman who's helping you, or this could just be that you are taking on those qualities or you're doing some kind of work connected to this. Like people who work in, say, fashion or who work in beauty in some way, photography, or even something like somebody who works at a spa or, something like that. Like things like that are all Hathorian, or somebody who's like a chef or a cook or works in a bakery. Like that's also strong Hathor energy. So could be any of those things, but does not have to be. I mean, it could just be somebody who is just efficient, organized, and is on top of things. So take that as it resonates, but I feel like we're going to clarify and see more about what that might be. But the fact that I see the twins in the 9th house here, this says to me that whatever this is, this feels like somebody far away. Okay, this is not somebody, because 9th house has to do with long distance travel. So you could be traveling to see somebody could be traveling to see you. Or this could just be a long-distance relationship or a relationship with somebody in education or somebody you know through some kind of spiritual venue, like whatever that is for you. This could be somebody that you're partnering with there. So very interesting here. Those are my initial impressions. There's other stuff here, but I would like to get onto our clarification here and see what we've got. Interesting. Okay, so here's our clarifiers. Okay, so with water in the first house, we have the 7 of Wands. This is the card of stress. I think you have been very stressed out, Taurus. You've been trying to do it all. I mean, there's this, here's you like carrying all this stuff. And again, I got this for Aries too, but in a different position. I actually got it in the 9th house. That's why I'm wondering if somebody watching this is like a Taurus Aries kind of matchup here. But this is about being very stressed out, and it's saying, like, don't let the monkey pop that balloon. You know what I mean? Water seems to indicate, going with the flow, paying more attention to your feelings, seeing where things, being willing to more go with the flow rather than trying to be rigidly planned. And in fact, just as I said that out loud, I'm looking over at your 8th house, which remember I said there's kind of like a wait and see or secrets being revealed. You have the Ace of Cups again, go with the flow, literally. And this is a card, this is the Ace of Cups. So this seems to indicate new emotional beginnings. Okay? Something new is happening for you emotionally. And this is happening for a lot of people because this full moon in Gemini, I know it's definitely, I've seen other readers who have talked about having an epiphany on that full moon, which was on the 15th. So when you're watching this, it's probably going to be past that. But there seems like there's an aha moment or some clarity that's going to be coming in. And it seems to be around something emotional. It could be for some of you that there's maybe somebody who is like, wow, I didn't expect anything was going to happen here with this person. But yeah, there's definitely, this is almost like a Ace of Cups can mean even new love or a new love relationship, or at least a new kind of connection with your feelings. Okay, when this comes up. Now, interesting. Okay, so if I go back and look at what was going on in the love houses. With Urias, you have the Magician. So, okay, this is called the card of existence in this deck. So, in other words, it's kind of like step back, be more playful, try not to take things too seriously. If you think life is out to get you, go out and look at the stars. I mean, there's that kind of a thing. But I also feel like the Magician is, somebody who is being skillful or crafty in some way. And it doesn't necessarily, the way that this is, the way the vibe of this card with this one, I don't feel like it's somebody who's trying to manipulate you, but I feel like it's somebody who, I don't know, there's something like there may be a situation where you need to take a broader perspective, or maybe you're not seeing something, or maybe you're caught off guard by this because you're not looking at the big picture. But this is also an energy of somebody who is acting or communicating in a way that may be more like a negotiation, because the magician can create an illusion and manipulate, or the magician can, be someone who manifests something. So I feel like there's something to be manifested here, but again, if we are legitimately talking about the magician, it might not happen in the way that people expect still. And we've got the Empress, the creativity card with this here. So this is interesting because creativity, sometimes this can indicate motherhood, literally, when this card comes up. But I feel like, yeah, this is your energy, Taurus. So somebody loves you. There's somebody here who has these feelings for you. And, but I'm feeling like if I look back up here at our 9th house twins, we have this with the 8 of Cups, which is the letting go card. And I don't think this means you need to let go of that person. Certainly not from what I'm seeing here. Because in fact, okay, now I'm grabbing all these cards at once. The 3rd house, okay, remember we said this communication, this talk that needs to happen? Yeah, 2 of Cups. That's the friendliness card, but this is also a card of love. So for some of you, this may be a conversation about love that you need to have, or about a relationship. There needs to be, I feel like there's somebody here who it's like, okay, you guys need to sit down and have a conversation, and it's going to be totally worth it, even if it seems like, you may be worried about the outcome of that conversation. I feel like this is, like I think the result may not be what you expect, and it's probably going to be, and it may be something you're worrying a lot about, and it's saying, nah, you don't need to worry about it. Now with the twins here, you have the 8 of Cups, which is the card of letting go. But 8 of Cups is really about walking away from something, when you've done something for a long time a certain way. This is like walking away from the past. Okay. Now, for some of you, this person could be a past person or a past connection that you need to have a conversation, clear the air, and walk away. But given the way that these cards are, I don't think that's what this is saying. I think that, either they're making a move or you're making a move, like you're letting go of something in your current situation. And holy crud, like if I look down at your Virgo house, remember I said change? Big change? Well, guess what? You've got the card of big change here. Wheel of Fortune. I mean, this is double change, and it's major change. Major change is coming to your work. And to what it is that how you are being of service to somebody. And wow, you've got the Thunderbolt card up here with Hathor, okay? So this is breaking down an existing structure. So Hathor here may literally be about cleaning up and clearing out. I don't know, something you're doing is about to undergo a major change, Taurus. And anything that's false is gonna fall away. But I feel like it's connected to this letting go energy. Like there's something you have always been and always done. Like your routine is about to take a massive, massive change. You are letting things go. This is Uranus energy. So again, there's this energy of the unexpected. And that's why I feel like I'm tying this somehow to a relationship situation, because we've got this energy of the unexpected showing up in these different places connected to work and also connected to love. So they may be connected for some of you. Some of you, maybe there is somebody at a distance who you love, and maybe something is going to come together that's going to demand that you walk away from everything that you currently have. Like you may be making a big sacrifice for this, okay? But letting go can also mean allow ourselves to just flow into our emotions. Not stress about it, not trying to hold the fort and trying to keep things the way that they are. It's so interesting because, like I said, this is very similar to Aries. It's not the same cards exactly, but for the most part, it's not the same cards. But there's the same vibe of it's time to let go of the idea that you have to run everything by yourself. And I feel like you are, like this is like there's just something you're walking away from. Again, I don't know if somebody's been in school and decides they're going to leave school and go to another school. This could mean letting go in terms of leaving a home here and going, maybe someplace far away. Or making a sacrifice to do that. This could be a change spiritually as well, or something that's going to bring you more freedom, because the ninth house is about freedom. But again, we have this idea of being with somebody. So whether this is romantic, whether this is an educational partnership, whether this is somebody who you have a spiritual connection with, whatever it is, or somebody at a distance, which I feel like is the most likely scenario. But again, everybody's different. It's going to be demanding that you walk away from something that you've always just kind of stuck with. Okay. Okay, let me go down to your second house, because you have the Five of Swords here with Earth, okay? Now, this is called the card of comparison in this deck. And you may be, okay, so this seems to indicate money coming in, and I feel like this means that there's something going on financially where maybe you're comparing yourself to where you were before, or comparing yourself to somebody else, and maybe you're feeling limited. Maybe you're feeling, you're feeling like you don't have as much money. But this is assuring you that you are going to have money, and that you are going to have the money that you need. Now, the Thunderbolt, for some people, this change maybe if they have a job, maybe some people this could be a job loss. But if there is a job loss, it's for the better. It's literally something that's pushing you towards something new. So if you've had something like that happen recently, like, it's literally saying don't worry about it. I mean, just get your affairs in order and try to figure out where you're going. But you may have to be taking a time out here with Sphinx. Like, wait and see. Wait for this information to come in. And for some of you, this information is coming in the area of home, family, or roots. Could have to do with where you live as well, but I feel like there's a family vibe to here. Like, there's something that hasn't happened yet, but you have this with the Sun card. They call it the Innocence card in this deck. And this is about clarity. This is about you looking at things with fresh eyes. Innocence suggests, like, this is old man, like, looking at this little grasshopper, and there's the idea that he is, that he's looking at it the way a child would look at it, with that kind of same level of wonder. And this is also about clarity. It's about newness. You've got all this stuff that about, this is a happiness card. Okay, this is also a card of great happiness coming in. But again, there's something you're not seeing yet. And I feel like once you see whatever this is, it has to do, I feel like this may have to do with family for a lot of people. That then there's going to be some clarity. Now you're going to see what the way forward is. So I think you're almost being told here to wait, that this new beginning is coming, whatever it is, that's going to enable you to let go. And that may make some significant changes to your to your career or your legacy. Like, again, there's this sense of tearing down what's false and focusing instead on what is real. And we need to meet the process halfway. Okay, let's look at the 11th house. This is Aquarius energy. So this is your friendships and your social network, and also your destiny. And yeah, fire. You may be inspired. You may be fired up to, fire can also indicate fiery emotions. Mars is retrograde right now. So right now we may be dealing with emotions connected to friends, or maybe very strong emotions. But we also could be very, very inspired to move towards our destiny. And that is very important here. And friends may help us along the way with that. You have it with the King of Cups energy, which is the energy of healing. So I feel that you are, it's almost like there's been a healing that's been taking place, and now you're getting at a point where you are ready. You have that intensity. What's interesting is Aries had a similar dynamic, not the exact same cards, but the same idea of this water and fire together in their 6th house. So yeah, that's interesting. There's still this idea of, in the midst of all the intensity you're feeling right now, where's your heart? And also maybe reminding you not to act from a wound, or to recognize places where you might still need healing. Okay. I'm also kind of hearing some of you might literally be working in healing, but in any case, or maybe working with somebody else, but I don't know. That feels very specific. I don't know. I just feel like you're in the process of being healed from whatever maybe has held you back in the past. And there's going to be this intensity. There's going to be this inspiration about what to do. Now, Taurus, as I mentioned, you were the sign where they said there could be this sudden epiphany, and it seems like it's going to be about something connected to your future, something that's going to help facilitate this healing. and move you forward. But yeah, whatever it is, there's unexpected stuff in love, relationships, or possibly creativity too for some people, because this is the house, this is the Leo house. And some kind of a big shakeup or a change in terms of, I'm gonna say career, but it's like whatever your legacy is, whatever your work is, you may be, there's something here that's being torn down, something you're letting go of, and you may be moving towards something different. 12th house, Pisces energy. Okay, so yeah, this is the house of, this can be like self-liberation and self-undoing. It's where we're not sure whether we're having great insights or whether or not we're delusional. Like that's Piscean energy. It's kind of, it's where we can get intuitive insight that we don't see, but it's also where we might question, you know, what's real and what's not real, right? And I mentioned this specifically because you have the card of this, the Seven of Cups. So I think you may be worried right now, not only on what you might be projecting onto others that may or may not be true, but I think this is also, you may be worried about, like if you're doing things, you're a very solid person. You're kind of a show me the money person. So if you're getting, if something's telling you like, hey, there's all this change, there's going to be a great thing at the end of it, you may be saying, yeah, okay, I'll believe it when I see it, or I want the evidence, because otherwise I'm not going to be sure if I'm just making that up, if it's wishful thinking or if it's an actual thing, right? But you have it with Pyramid, so this is a test situation. This just is saying good news eventually, because Pyramid says we always make it through in the end. But right now, you're kind of in this in-between phase. Like, everything is showing that. You've got Pyramid here. You've got Sphinx here. There's a lot here. I seem to remember... I'm trying to remember if you were the ones that had a thing like Nepenthes in the first house. I know there's been a few people who've had that. But this is a sense of our identity is not clear. And... I don't know. It's like, I just feel like there's going to be some sudden, unexpected changes. I don't think they're going to be bad changes, but it's not going to be something that's going to go in the way that you've planned or the way that you've expected. And I think you're going to find that you are in this new place, possibly in a new relationship, for those of you who are not. But overall, you've got the Knight of Wands with Bast. So, yeah, this is a very strongly social energy. This is the card of playfulness. So this is about saying, you want to enjoy the energy. And Bast is the card of happiness. So overall, it's just kind of saying, look, stop getting too bogged down in worries and anxiety about things. Like, stop doing this. And allow yourself to flow with what's going on. There's changes that are happening, and false structures are going to be broken down, both in terms of career and perhaps, perhaps you're going to get some surprises in terms of relationship. Let's see, I have the Wisdom of the Tao Oracle. This is our special deck for today. Let's see what it says for you, Taurus, from December 17 through 30, 2024. Tell me what Taurus needs to know, please. And let's see what pops out. Okay, we got the Panda card, which is growth. Okay, and I'll tell you what that card means. So this is one of the, what you call it? This is not the Chinese horoscope. It is, let me just find it. There we go. It's wood element. Trying to find it. This book kind of has these. It's a great little system, but it's just trying to find, all this on the pages. So I'm like, wait, what page am I looking at? Okay. This card indicates progress, which benefits you physically, emotionally, and spiritually. The refreshed energy of wood element arrives with the passing of winter and signifies fast growth. Okay, winter in this case could be literal or could be figurative. If you've been feeling stuck in quote unquote in the winter of something, this would mean fast change, which this also means. Encountering the wood card is a sign of good fortune. In Feng Shui, wood represents spring. It's associated with the direction east, both geographically and metaphorically. Geographically, pay attention to what is east of you, okay? Especially those of you traveling, right? Metaphorically, it's a new period of your life cycle. Make good use of the new energy to accomplish what you must, because the opportunity will pass quickly. So people with wood energy initialize new ventures, full of imagination, ambition, intuition, creativity, and flexibility. They are goal-driven. When you have multiple goals, it's important to focus. It can be foretell of competitions with others and with yourself, schoolwork, professional studies or certifications or exams, which also might be part of what's going on here. Do not rush forward blindly. Remain flexible. Use the resources available and try to achieve what you must without pressure. Growth is natural, not forced. This could be associated with growing children, especially young adults, where conflict is an inevitable part of growth. You cannot exercise control over such conflicts, but you can be part of the growth and help guide them to resolution. Might suggest that you will break away from old habits and try to see beyond your surroundings. Okay, too much wood can make you feel overwhelmed. Too little wood inhibits growth and creative flow. So it says forest trees and gardens are a great source of wood energy. Green colors represent wood energy. Okay, very interesting. So take from that what you will, but I feel like, yeah, I feel like there's going to be different parts of that are going to resonate for certain people. But yeah, that, I think it is a good summary of what we're seeing here. We're definitely seeing growth here. And change. And again, some of this may not be expected, but what you really want to do, just like I told Aries, is you don't want to be trying to hang on. You don't want to be in this space. And again, there's this idea of connection. I'll be interested to see if I get that in all the readings this week. But yeah, and you, man, you are really due for this major change. And there's some stuff coming that, again, it's not in your vision right now. You can't quite see it, but it's coming. And I don't know, like this is this partnership in the 7th house. This could even be with a creative person. That also just came into my head. But yeah, there's something here you're not expecting. There's a conversation that's going to be had, something that's going to bring clarity. And there could be big changes here in terms of your career and what you're doing. And yeah, and you know, like I said, whatever your daily routine is, expect that it's going to be something completely different. But don't worry, go with the flow. You're going to have what you need financially, and yeah, could be some surprises in the home family area. And as far as changes, we definitely have this new movement to the heart. But right now, we may be waiting and seeing, you know, getting past these, you know, retrogrades and other blockages that may be keeping us from seeing it. But very interesting reading here, Taurus. I hope this reading was helpful. If you did like this reading, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit the notification bell if you want to be notified about future videos. Now I can talk. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.